Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what we're doing. We're doing a Thursday night throwdown. We are continuing our tournament, if you will, with bottled in bond whiskeys. First round, New Riff and E.H. Taylor. E.H. Taylor won. Second round, Heaven Hill against Angel's Envy. Heaven Hill won. Last week, Old Pepper Rye versus the Henry McKenna, and the Old Pepper Rye won. So today we are in matchup 4. We're going to be halfway there after today of the first round. And we are doing Bullet, who just recently last year released their first bottled in bond. Nice little pop there. Bullet been making whiskey for quite a while. Everybody knows about their rye and then their Bullet, their 10-year, their cask strength, whatever. So they did this one. This is, of course, from the 2017 distillation season. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this is going to make this about a 6-year probably-ish. I don't know exactly when it was bottled, but knowing when they came out, this is probably about a 6-year age. Then we're going to go with the world of craft whiskey. Full disclosure, the distillery I used to work at and I'm a part of in Nebraska, Sideshow Spirits. When we started, obviously, had nothing, started putting stuff away. And last year, we released our first bottled in bond bourbon. This was our Nebraska straight whiskey bottled in bond. Batch number 1 at 4 years, just a little over 4 years old. I do know the mash bill on this one because I was a part of that. It's 100% actually Nebraska corn. I do not know the mash bill on the Bullet. So this was 1, this was 2 underneath. I don't think I said that. We'll give this a little working around and just see. It'll be nice to see how maybe a craft whiskey can hold up against some of the big boys. And of course, some would consider maybe New Riff, not, kind of newer craft. Old Pepper Rye is an established brand, but yet kind of on the smaller side. As we continue on, we've got Holiday, which has become a great one. Wilderness Trail, again, full name, but not a huge market. So we're trying to get into a few of these and just not just hit the big boys, but of course, the big boys are going to be at play. But again, the end of the day, the beauty of bottled in bond is this. We know that the juice was made by that distillery in a single distilling season. It was aged for a minimum of 4 years, and it's going to be obviously at exactly that 100 proof. And that's what gives some consistency in the sense of, as we're doing these tastings and comparisons and head-to-heads, there's the mash bills may be different and all that, but that 100 proof, the at least 4 years, the 8, all those things play to give us a little bit of similarity that allows us to look at these properly. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, especially for young craft distillers. When somebody goes into the store and they're looking and they see brands that they're not familiar with and they see bottled in bond, it just gives the warm fuzzies. We know, okay, oh, hey, they made that. They've aged it for at least 4 years. It's at least that, or not at least, but it is at 100 proof. So there's a lot of factors there that come into play. So, all right. I forgot my water. We're going to go without water today. All right, this one here. Sweet. Dusty, a little bit of dryness, like that hay kind of quality. Touch of citrus, maybe. Okay, on the nose. This guy here, a little bit more like, almost like maybe some dark fruit notes. Also sweetness. Again, I don't typically look at the color, and it's hard to tell in these bottles, but this one looks slightly darker, maybe. I don't know, maybe not actually. When you kind of put them up together, it doesn't. Maybe it's just the angle. This one's got really nice legs, viscosity, already developing. This one, it's coming along. All right. The noses aren't that dissimilar. There's just a few little nuances. Let's go to the palate. Oh, there's some legs I've seen there. All right. Pretty light palate, not in a bad way, but light. It's creamy. It's weird. I'm getting like strawberry shortcake. Don't ask me why. I've had both of these before. Obviously, that is a flavor profile that I don't know that I've ever received. But that's what my palate's telling me right now in this moment, for whatever it's worth. Creamy, frosting-ish, fruit. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a new one for me even. But that's what I'm getting. That is crazy. All right. I need to rinse my palate. Give me 1 second. Okay, palate rinsed a little bit there. We're going to go into this guy. More straightforward, whiskey centric, a little bit of like some spice, but overall sweet. A little bit of dryness. Not a lot of developing flavors. It's sweet with some slight spice note. Little dry hay, straw kind of dryness, and that's kind of it. Now, I'm just gonna kind of work my way around a minute, go back through them backwards, and see. My palate seems really weird. I feel fine. I know last week I think it was I was having some sinus issues or whatever. Like I feel fine, but sometimes you never know what your palate's doing. Little water rinse, and let's go back in. We're gonna start here this time and go backwards. I use this in the best possible way. It's got an old taste to it. And not like it's aged, it's got heavy oak, but it's like, there's just something, I don't know how to describe it. There's like this old, but every word that's coming to my mind isn't what I want to use because it sounds disgusting. And that's not what I mean. It's not. There's something about it that just tastes old, like it's sat, like it's been around. And again, not in a bad way. There's subtle sweetness, there's that hint of spice, not a ton of extra flavor, quote unquote, going on. I inhaled that. I apologize. Well, this has been a shit show today. Legs are great. Okay, I'll go back to this one. All right, here we go. Sweet. Again, fruit, creamy, some frosting elements. I don't know what happened because again, I've not gotten that before. And I have had both of these, obviously. But I think for today, what my palate's telling me at this moment, today, is that one just has more going on. It is unique. It's fun. It's an interesting flavor profile. Tastes good. Mouthfeel, palate, multiple layers of flavor. This one is good. But it's just running a little thin from the development of flavors. It's a little singular. I have no idea. I have no idea which is which. Okay, so this is 1 and 2. Interesting. I actually was thinking for a moment that this was going to maybe upset the big boys. I love this. Obviously, I was a part of this. And this is a fantastic, super proud of this when we released this last year. And I think it holds up quite well against the big boys. But for whatever reason today, this just had more flavor. Now, where those flavors came from, that creamy strawberry shortcake frosting, I don't know, but that's what I got. And because of that, it just had this kind of explosion of flavor that was more developed and just satiated the senses a little bit more and made it the more enjoyable sip today. If you can get the bottled in bond, I highly recommend it. If you're in Nebraska or going through, stop by Sideshow Spirits. Highly recommend the place. They're doing great stuff there. But today, Bullet Bottled in Bond does win the showdown, the throwdown, and we'll move on to the next round. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We'll see you next time. Hope you have a great evening. Cheers.